We have several special guests in the chambers, and I know the mayor has some recognitions and proclamations he would like to do, so we'll turn the microphone over to the mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate that. Before I go into our introductions, we received another great accolade. They just keep on coming to the city of Hoover, and we appreciate that. The Hoover Randall Homes and Garden was rated by the magazine Best of Alabama as the best meeting facility in Alabama. And that's, there are a lot of meeting facilities in Alabama, and we got rated #1. So I just wanted to let everyone know that and to recognize our event coordinator, Debbie Rutherford. Debbie, are you in? Debbie's in here. I saw her somewhere. Well, she slipped out, but Debbie is, she runs the Randall House for us, and just proud to be able to receive that award for our city and continue on to hear good things about Hoover, Alabama. We are here tonight. We also have Miss Hoover team. Christina Norman is here. Christina, stand up for everyone to see you. And we have our Hoover Rising Stars, where I think I see 2 of them right here. Stand up, let everyone see you guys. Great. And of course, we have Miss Hoover, Emma Terry, and we have tonight, we're going to have a proclamation. She is about to start her run for Miss Alabama, and we're excited for her, and we would also like to have her come up and let's read this proclamation, if you would.
Whereas Emma Terry was crowned Miss Hoover 2025 on July 13th, 2024 at the Hoover Library Theater, and whereas Emma will represent the city of Hoover during the 2025 Miss Alabama competition in June. Phases of competition include a private interview, evening gown, health and fitness, onstage question, and talent. And whereas Emma has used her title to advocate for her community service initiative, Stomping Out ALS One Step at a Time, inspired by her late grandfather's courageous battle with ALS, and has tirelessly worked to raise awareness, hope, and critical funding for those affected by this devastating disease. And whereas Emma has served as a voice for the voiceless, meeting with lawmakers at the local, state, and national levels to champion the needs of the ALS community, and has represented Hoover with strength, purpose, and unwavering dedication. Whereas Emma has also contributed to her community through school visits, public speaking, a digital children's book, and organizing special events like Stewart's Race and the Drive Out ALS Car Show, helping to inspire service, resilience, and kindness in others. And whereas Emma Terry will compete for the title of Miss Alabama 2025, where she will represent the city of Hoover with grace, passion, and the spirit of servant leadership that defines her reign. Now, therefore, we, Frank V. Burcato, Mayor, and John B. Light, City Council President, and on behalf of the Hoover City Council and the residents of the city of Hoover, do hereby present this proclamation to Emma Terry and congratulate her on her outstanding service, leadership, and representation of the city of Hoover as Miss Hoover 2025.
Well, thank you guys so much. And let me just say that the Miss Hoover program is the best in the state because of the support of the city of Hoover. That is hands down 100% true. And I am so, so thankful for the chance that I have to represent this incredible city on the Miss Alabama stage in just a few short weeks. And it's been an amazing year, and I can't wait. I can't wait to be able to stand up there and say, I am Emma Terry, Miss Hoover, with pride, and know that I have the support and the unwavering support of the city behind me, and the support that I've seen tonight with my rising stars here. Hey, ladies, Ava and Delaney, thank you guys so much. My team, Christina, my family is here, and just the unwavering support I've seen from the city is truly amazing. And just feeling so grateful and honored to be Miss Hoover going into Miss Alabama in the next couple of weeks. So thank you guys so, so much for everything. I really appreciate it.
All right, kid. Thank you.
That brings us to our consent agenda. Items 1 through 10 are presented as consent items, and they will be read as one item, one motion, and one vote, unless, of course, what? Leigh. You know what? We do have a second beauty queen here, and her name is Representative Leigh Hulsey. She doesn't have a crown on tonight, but I assure you she is well qualified, and she is here from the Alabama House of Representatives to present some checks to our public safety departments. Ms. Leigh.
Thank you for the recognition. I believe the last time I was here, you also made me turn red, so thank you for that once again, President Lyda, and I appreciate the recognition from you gentlemen tonight. Thank you very much. So I'm one of the state representatives for Hoover. I have the privilege and honor of serving you guys. I serve the western portion of Hoover, both in Shelby and Jefferson County. And tonight I'm excited because I came bringing gifts, which usually are the kinds people like to see me bring. So I've got a couple checks tonight for Hoover Fire Department, Hoover Police Department. So for our police department, I've got $9,347.50 for some AEDs for them. And then for training equipment for the fire department, I've got $9,895.90. And I'd like to present those to those gentlemen
If
tonight.
we could have the chiefs and the mayor back for some photos, please. Thank you.
Jarring back and forth about who got more. They're pretty common.
We have the guns, he's got the hoses.
Thank you, Leigh.
Appreciate you. Now we will move to the consent items. 1 through 10 are consent agenda items, unless, of course, a member of the body or a member of the public would like one of those removed. So we'll begin with the members of the body. Any items 1 through 10 that you would like removed to the regular agenda? Hearing none, any member of the public here to speak on items 1 through 10?
I'd like to remove the first item.
Item number 1, we can move to the regular agenda. Any others? Very well. Mr. Corley, if you will read items 2 through 10.
Item 2 approves the minutes from the May 15th, 2025 work session and the May 19th, 2025 council meeting. Item 3, Resolution 846625 approves a 020 restaurant retail liquor alcohol license for BW2 LLC, doing business as Big Whiskey's 280, located at 6225 Tattersall Boulevard, Hoover, Alabama. Item 4, Resolution 846725 authorizes Mayor Brocato to execute an agreement with Brand Connex LLC pertaining to the use of an official branded badge issued by U.S. News and World Report in recognition of Hoover's inclusion in the publication's 250 Best Places to Live in the U.S. for 25 through 26. Resolution 846825 authorizes the mayor to accept a bid number 25-005 for drug testing and laboratory equipment and supplies for Hoover's court referral program for the city of Hoover, Alabama from DTPM Inc. for an average price per test of 47 cents and an estimated annual cost of $20,655.17, and further authorizes Mayor Brocato to execute an agreement reflecting the same. Item 6, Resolution 846925 amends the budget for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2025, as shown in the attached Exhibit A, to utilize $40,000 of opioid settlement funds for the purpose of purchasing additional EMA supplies and supporting EMS operations. Item 7, Resolution 847025 amends the budget for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2025, as shown in the attached Exhibit A, to include an additional $100,000 in funding necessary to complete the contract with Neil Schaefer for the Hoover Met Stadium renovation. Item 8, Resolution 847125 authorizes the City of Hoover's participation in the 2025 back-to-school sales tax holiday beginning at 12:01 a.m. on Friday, July 18th, and ending at 12 midnight on Sunday, July 20th, 2025. Item 9, Resolution 847225 amends the budget for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2025, as shown in the exhibit, to provide an additional $31,261 to increase the hourly rate of various citywide interns. Item 10, Resolution Number 847925 authorizes Mayor Brocato to execute an agreement with Pyro Shows of Alabama, Inc. for the purpose of providing a fireworks display at the Hoover Metropolitan Complex.
Mr. President, I motion we remove all items on the consent agenda as read.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? The ayes have it, and the motion carries. We will now take up item number 1, the first item on our regular agenda, the payment of bills. Do we hear a motion to approve the bills?
Motion to approve bills.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any comment from the body? Mr. Hamrick.
Paul Hamrick, Meadowbrook. Quickly, I wanted to commend the entire council, the mayor, the chief, everyone for participating in the Ice Bucket Challenge a couple of weeks ago. That's not only a good cause, but it takes a little bit of bravery to do that, in my opinion. Mayor, I had stood up here a couple of weeks ago at the last meeting, bringing up the issue of more detail on payment of bills. And I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt that you are for transparency. And
Mr. Hamrick, you can address the council, please.
just the council? Okay. Well, in the council's interest of honoring the mayor's priorities of transparency, I think, well, the example I was going to use is kind of a difficult one to use with you, Mr. Leigh, because you're in violation of the state campaign law because you've never filed your campaign finance form that, leaves $60,000 unaccounted for. And here's the reason I bring it up. And the mayor or any one member of the council will realize this. You cannot file your campaign finance law disclosures and just put that you paid a credit card. You got to put the detail of it because anything could be hidden in that. And I think at the very least, I think there's a lot that could be done on payment of the bills, but at the very least, if the city would just disclose who holds these city credit cards and the details of, I think in May it was $25,000 the city sent to American Express. I don't know that there's anything wrong there. I just think it should be disclosed as it is in most cities and with the state. Thank you.
Any other comments from the body, or I'm sorry, from the audience tonight? Seeing none, we have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? The ayes have it, and the motion carries. We'll now take up item number 11, resolution number 8474-25. Mr. Corley.
This resolution authorizes abatement of a weed or other vegetation nuisance at 542 O'Neill Drive, Hoover, Alabama.
Motion for resolution number 847425.
Second.
We have a motion for approval and a second. Mr. Martin, any updates since the work session?
Yes, sir. We revisited this and each of the sites we have on the agenda this evening, and we have updated photographs. If we could add those to the overhead display. In each particular instance where we had a violation that we discussed in the work session, that violation continues today, and we need to move forward with the abatement of these nuisances.
Very good. We will open the public hearing now that we have a motion and a second and an update. Any comments or questions from the members? Anyone from the audience here to speak on the 542 O'Neill Drive property? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. With a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? The ayes have it, the motion carries. Item number 12, resolution number 8475-25, Mr. Corley.
This resolution authorizes the abatement of a weed or other vegetation nuisance at 2125 Tyler Lane, Hoover, Alabama.
Motion we move resolution 847525.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Martin.
Yes, sir. We are still in violation as of today.
Very good. We will open the public hearing for comments from the body first. Seeing none, anyone here to speak on behalf of 2125 Tyler Lane? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. We have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? The ayes have it, the motion carries. Item number 13, resolution number 8476-25, Mr. Corley.
This resolution authorizes abatement of a weed or other vegetation nuisance at 2152 Larchmont Circle, Hoover, Alabama.
Motion, we move resolution number 847625.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, Mr. Martin.
Yes, sir. As of today, we still have a violation persisting on this property.
We'll open the public hearing and begin with comments from the members. Any comments from the public on 2152 Larchmont? Seeing none, motion and a second for approval. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Item 14, resolution number 8477-25, Mr. Corley.
This resolution authorizes abatement of such weed or other vegetation nuisance at 2337 Tyler Road, Hoover, Alabama.
All right. Motion to move resolution number 847725.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for approval. Mr. Martin.
Yes, sir. We've had some activity at this address over the weekend. It appears that some of the front yard was cut. However, there still remains a sizable portion of the front yard as well as the entire rear yard that is out of conformity. And so we would need to proceed.
Very well. We'll open the public hearing with questions from the body.
Mr. President, just one quick thing. Matt Martin, can you quickly kind of go through the level of effort that you guys go through to not only work to take photos, but also work to give our residents the opportunity to get things handled? The reason why I say that is because if you're trying to sell your house or things of that nature and individuals not taking care of the yard, it's very tough. You know, sometimes you only get one time to sell. They drive by that neighborhood, you start looking at how individuals upkeep their property, and they decide, I'm not living on this street. And that's not fair to the folks that take care of everything. So I did want to, can you just briefly for the audience?
Yes, sir. Just for tonight's hearing, we started off with 15 properties that we had positioned for this nuisance declaration this evening. And that was after issuing warnings to each of those property owners, trying to give them an opportunity to self-correct the overgrown grass and weeds. We have been able to cut that down to these 5 properties that we have before you tonight. And that takes considerable legwork on the part of our 2 code enforcement officials. And that's on top of all of the other complaints that we receive, garbage, rubbish, properties that are in a dilapidated state. So those guys stay incredibly busy, and it's a testament to them that they're communicating with the property owners to where we get it down from a 15 just for this hearing. That's not all of the cases that are in the queue. We have others set up for future council dates. But just to get that down from 15 to 5 this evening, they do an incredible amount of work, Mr. Dave Prosh and Mr. Robert Mack.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Any other comments from the body? Anyone from the public here to speak on 2337 Tyler Road? Seeing none, we have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Item 15, resolution number 8478-25, Mr. Corley.
This resolution authorizes the abatement of a weed or other vegetation nuisance at 2882 Wisteria Drive, Hoover, Alabama.
Motion to move resolution number 847825.
Second.
A motion and a second for approval. Mr. Martin.
Yes, sir. As of today, we are still out of compliance with this property.
Any questions from the body on this address? Any other member of the public here to speak on the public hearing regarding 2882 Wisteria Drive? Seeing none, we have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and the motion carries. Item 16 is the last item on our agenda. It's a first reading. No action will be taken at this meeting. However, the item will be taken up for a second reading and potential vote at our next meeting in June. It's item 16, ordinance number 25-2677. Mr. Corley.
This ordinance approves the annexation of property located at 3721 South Shades Crest Road and authorizes the mayor to execute any document necessary for such annexation. A public hearing will be held on June 23rd, 2025.
That brings us to the end of our agenda. We'll open up the floor to council comments. Any member of the public here for public comments that would like to speak tonight? Yes, sir. If you would give us your name and address, and you're welcome to speak for 3 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Keith Owens, 210 Lake Forest Way, Maylene, Alabama. And I am here tonight as the developer of the 280 project to give an update since we had our public forum last Thursday. I want to say just real quick, I appreciate the opportunity to speak tonight, and I really want to thank the councilors who were able to stay. I know everybody's really busy on Thursday nights, kids ball, whatnot, but Councilman Murphy, Middlebrooks, McClinton, and Sweeney for staying. Mayor, I want to thank you and your team and the staff for staying and going through any questions that the residents had as it related to the issue that came up. As you know, we've had multiple neighborhood meetings throughout the project and several smaller meetings with individuals and groups who have asked to discuss the project or have any issues that they want us to take a look at and look at potentially making any changes in the design as we've worked through the last few months. We were informed of this request from a Beaumont resident, Mr. Steve Scaro, who we met with at our April 7th update when we came to see City Council at that time and gave a complete update rundown of the project and the approvals at hand. I reached out to Mr. Scaro. I found out that he had made the request, and Gary Parks, our partner, and I scheduled a call with him to have his concerns. I think we were on the phone with him in about 10 minutes. Steve was very apologetic. He said he really just wanted to kind of get with council, get some questions answered, and of course it sprawled out into having the full forum meeting, town hall, which at the end of the day I thought was a really good exercise to have everybody together. I just wish we'd have had more time because I could have got more people here. Skipper was actually probably necessary to be here. He could have really got geeked out and been really traffic nerd for all of us here and showed us all how traffic engineers work. He was in Maine with his grandson, who, if y'all don't know, was a standout baseball player at Auburn, and he's a minor league baseball player for the Rockies. So Scott, his son, that was his son that was with him. Anyway, they were out of town. So I let Steve know that, we connected after the meeting. He apologized. And I also met with Mr. Scaro after the forum last Thursday and again talked to him again today. So this afternoon, I met with Cody Lighton, Lori Kruger at Danbury, who walked through the buffering plans and their ideas that they brought up at the forum. They had a concern about the sidewalk area. Explained to Cody when the development team built the facility that, they maximized their property, left no area for buffers. We're going to give them some buffer zones. But that was their main concern. So one thing we want to clear up, and that's probably my prime reason for being here tonight, is at the forum, Mr. Blake Miller stated that we needed to have additional traffic counts done during the school period this fall. However, he was unaware at that time that we'd already had conducted school traffic counts, and those traffic studies reflected that the summer counts were more busier than the school counts, but that exercise has already been done. And a memo was replaced to Chris Reeves on May 10th of 2023 stating the fact, and Mr. Miller told me after the forum he was unaware of that. So as it relates to planning Inverness Center Drive, Skipper said he conducted an analysis. He's open when it was open and closed, which we shared with the city and county before we submitted the initial plans for final permitting. And the analysis reflected that the connection needed to stay open. So we were able to modify it with the left turn out being removed, taking the truck access
Mr.
off.
Owens, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Thank you.
We have a strict 3 minutes.
I know.
Only this-
I was trying to get through it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the time for being able to speak. If anybody's got any questions, I'll answer.
Thank you. Any other public comments tonight? Yes, sir. This is what public hearings are for.
My name is Steve Scaro. I'm Keith Owens' best friend. No, we are. No, all right, so our effort involves a group of residents from Beaumont, Lake Heather Estates, and of course Danbury and Danbury Cottages. And we thank you very much for the time you gave us last week. As we discussed, Inverness Center Drive is a curvy, undulating road, lots of blind spots. This development is due to the nature of what it is, it's going to generate additional traffic, and we're concerned about safety, traffic volumes. When we look at other developments like this, say Costco, 2 entrances, Home Depot, 2 entrances, even the Summit has 2 entrances. The development as planned has 4, and we believe they should be able to do with 3. And we believe the closure of that exit off of Inverness Center Drive would positively impact the traffic and the safety concerns, along with, we're hoping for some traffic control at our subdivision entrances that we think would help to mitigate. And, you know, Keith has worked hard to mitigate the impact on the communities, and we're not unappreciative. But we believe the closure of that exit would, would have a very positive impact and would mitigate some of the negative impacts on our community. So, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments tonight? Very good. Thank you all for your attendance. We're adjourned.